What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So recently I had a discussion on burns, and I wanted to leave it up to the community to say whether they did believe burns were important. Now, I put two polls out on Twitter and on YouTube, and I wanted to go through those polls and show you guys what people think, and the reason why, you may have a difference or discrepancy between the two because you don't have the same following, right? So, guys, if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter at PerryAK, you can follow me there. Now, if you don't know what's going on, I've been talking about burns since the beginning of Terra Luna Classic. Hell, I've been talking about burns since Shiba Inu's beginning of popularity. And when I talk about burns, I talk about the ability to increase price potential. And I always say that burns are probably, I believe, the most important piece to a position that's looking to, create more value within, its popularity and its holders. Yes, utility does matter in the end. Does matter when you're talking about the situation after the burns or after everything has been burned off, fully implemented, all of that stuff. Utility matters a bunch. But when it comes to burns, it decreases the supply and does exactly the opposite of what minting does. When you mint new coins, you devalue the position, right? So you're decreasing, you're diluting the position, sort of like what you saw with Terra Luna Classic. As they were minting more and more coins, you saw the collapse of Terra Luna Classic, or Terra Luna at that time. And it went from it was $80 at the time. The highest point was $120 of price potential, all the way down to a level where we were at fractions of a penny. And that's because of the supply went from 200 or 300 million total coins all the way up to 6 or 7 trillion total coins, completely skipping the billion mark. So obviously, there's a big issue there. When you increase the supply rapidly, you start to see the price drop or the price potential drop. But when you decrease that supply, right, you're starting to take away from the supply and you have $1 billion market cap. That $1 billion market cap stays the same as potential. However, the price potential at that $1 billion market cap with a lower supply means that you have a higher price, right? So it's as simple as that. It does the exact opposite of what minting would do. So I support minting. I support it a lot. Or sorry, I support burning, not minting. I mean, depending on the situation, but I support burning. Don't clip that and put that on YouTube because I don't support minting. I support burning in such a big way. And I recently have been getting a lot of comments saying, hey, you should stop talking about burns. Utility is where it's at. If you don't have utility, you don't have a project. And I would sort of agree with you. Right now, I don't think we're in the utility phase of a bull run or bearish market, or market in general. I think we're just in the popular or not popular phase of crypto because people are looking for the next best thing to invest into to gain something. And then when we start to get into utility, we start to see more smaller gains. Right? Instead of looking at the gains where we're like 10x, 20x, 100x, which we have seen in plenty of different cryptocurrencies, right? We start seeing the level of 15%, 20%, 30%. And right now we're in the level of popularity versus utility. So I've been getting a lot of comments saying, hey, we should talk about utility. So I left it up to a vote on YouTube. You're going to see here that should I continue to talk about Lunic burns? And on YouTube, it had 2,100 votes, at which 63% said yes, 37% said no. Now, a lot of people were surprised that 37% said no, but understand that on YouTube, I have 195,000 subscribers. Not all of them are invested into crypto. A lot of them talk about credit cards or, government finance stuff, or even, stock investing, right? They don't invest in crypto. So some people want me to talk about stock market stuff. Some people want me to talk about other cryptocurrencies. So it's a wide range of people, not just, Lunic investors. So that's why it's kind of tricky to see 35%. Some people are just not invested into the project and they don't believe in the project, which is understandable. Then you go over to Twitter. And if we scroll down here, we're going to see, should I continue to talk about Lunic burns? And I have the video associated with it. You're going to see 78% over here and 21.8% say no, right? That's out of 875 votes that are there. Now, the reason why this is higher is because majority of the people that have followed me know that I talk about burns, know that I have talked about burns in the past, whether it's Shiba Inu or Lunic, understand the new projects, follow me on YouTube for this specific purpose. And you don't really have that flood of any other topic that I have talked about in the past. So, with that being said, this is where you probably get the more accurate information on what we should do, if we should talk about burns, and 78% say yes. So that means that we will continue to talk about burns. Burns are here to stay, but I think we still need to apply more pressure, like what we've been doing with, MEXC. 247 people like this. We need this to be retweeted. We need MEXC to join the cause of having the 0.2%. Now, with this whole structure of taking half of that and putting that into a community pool, I mean, you can look at it whatever way you want. But for me, I think that may be too much depending on, how many CEXs are involved, but that would need to change if CEXs do get on board, because no way in hell do I want all of that volume to go towards this, because literally you can say, if we look up something here and I just go into a new spreadsheet, and I don't know why this popped up like that. I don't know what just happened, but let me quickly just do a new one. New spreadsheet for some reason. Yeah, it's just creating new ones, I guess. But anyways, if I do this and I show you guys what we were at, so maybe $300 million, right? $300 million that goes through Terra Luna Classic, at which all of the supply is at that 0.2%. You're not looking at anything else. So you do that multiplied by 0.2%. Sorry, multiply by 0.2%, you would see $600,000 that goes through that. That's at all supply. And then if you wanted to do that, you would say, all right, this multiplied by divided by the 0.00017 where we're at, we're looking at 3.5 billion coins that could be burned. But if we're taking half of that, we're taking $300,000 and we're putting it into the community pool. Now, that can be used for a lot of different things, development, all of that stuff. But I think in the meantime, we need to kind of focus on burns. So I don't know. And that can be a whole nother discussion. We can have a whole nother video about that. But the good thing is that burns are here to stay, and we can continue to talk about burns, because I love the process of burns. But again, I'm willing to adopt anything that you guys want to do within the community. I will give my opinion. I will keep giving my opinion. But I won't, if this went the other way, I wouldn't make any videos on burns unless there was a larger burn and say that, this has happened, but the community doesn't support it, and, kind of hint to the fact that it's not a big deal for a lot of people because, majority of the community voted no. However, majority of the community voted yes. So burns are here to stay. We're still going to talk about burns. We're still going to try and get these CEXs on board, because 0.2% daily, if we can burn 3.5 billion daily, that will not be a crazy amount of time for this to play out. Like if I literally take that and multiply by 365, you're at 1.2 trillion that you can burn off per year. Way better than the situation that we're in, where in the last 3 months we've burned off 35 or 36 billion. So if we can do this every single day, burning off 3 billion within those 300 days, we can burn off 1 trillion. And we can literally say, all right, in a matter of 5 years or even just 3 years, we can say that we're going to burn off a hell of a lot. And if we see even more volume, right, because currently we're at 300 million, we could see a lot more than that. Previously, or before this, we've seen 3 billion. We've seen 4 billion, right? So you start to look at that and you're like, all right, well, that's 12.8 trillion per year, meaning that we can burn off a hell of a lot of coins. However, the problem is that they're taking half of it, or they're going to take half of it. And we'll talk about that in another video. I don't want to talk your ear off. But anyways, Burns are here to stay. Thank you guys for voting on this. I appreciate that. And, we can continue to decrease this supply and apply pressure to these CEXs, starting with MEXC. So if you guys want to go and trend a hashtag, feel free to go and trend a hashtag. Let's get this thing rolling. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.